Today we're learning Baraka, the death dealer of Mortal Kombat 1. Basically every tier list agrees this character is the best in the game or he's tied for the best in the game. His combo damage is crazy, he breaks armor with ease, has plenty of mix-ups, and yeah, just a really good character. And you know what? He deserves it. In MK9, this character was garbage, one of the worst characters in the game, and then in Mortal Kombat 11, he was just okay. And then in Mortal Kombat X, he wasn't even playable, but still managed to die twice, once in story mode, and then later in a trailer for Alien. Yeah, this guy's had it rough. I think he deserves to be good. However, that being said, it's never fun when a character is too overpowered. So without any further ado, let's find out what makes Baraka so terrifying. And first up, we have the special moves. Bleeding Blade. I'm not gonna lie, this move makes me cringe a little bit because he bleeds every time he does it. He is forcibly ejecting a bone out of his arm. But besides making me want to barf, this projectile is actually quite good. Travels exceedingly fast and does 80. That's pretty good by default. Then 100 for the EX version. Oh, wait a minute, hold up now. This move does damage over time and the opponent takes increased block damage while that effect is applied? Are you kidding me? Okay, so by default, this does 450. But after taking this bone to the face, it does almost twice that at 7.5. That is insane, especially when you consider that Baraka has stuff like this. Look at all that block damage, my goodness, and then call in Cyrax to make it safe, and oh my god, Cyrax's block damage goes up too. That's a big deal because Cyrax is known for his block damage in this game, oh my god. Yeah, I had no clue about this. Get caught by his projectile and suddenly you're taking more damage on block. That is absolutely crazy to think about. Because keep in mind, Baraka has moves that hit a lot on block, and then as long as you tag in Cyrax, you're completely safe. Check out the block damage. Oh my god, look at that block damage. NetherRealm, you might have gone a bit overboard here, but I don't know. Let's keep looking. Next up, we have Air Blade Sparks. I've never heard of this move and I'm already intrigued. Oh, he fires straight down like Jackie in Mortal Kombat 11. I've never seen this move, so it can't be that good, but it is interesting. So the regular version knocks down, which is pretty good, and does 80 damage. The EX version also does 80, but starts combos. Whoa, that's kinda nutty. Oh my goodness, this character's fun. Yeah, Cyrax is one big reason why Baraka's damage is so high, but even without Cyrax, he does good damage. Overall, this move seems okay. What's it like on block? Minus 25. What's the EX like? Minus 12. So that's gonna be a bit tougher to punish, but it still does not seem like a very useful move. Next up, we have Stab Stab. I think this is the anti-air. I use this during story mode. Hits overhead on the second part, which is ridiculous. NetherRealm, stop sneaking random mix-ups into special moves like this. It's not fun to deal with. I'm just kidding. Well, only a little bit. So the regular version of this combos, but I believe when the opponent's in the air, like, you get way more follow-ups. You just keep stabbing them. Yeah, that's sick. That's really, really cool. And apparently you can choose which direction to take them. Yeah, you can switch sides, but only if they're in the air. That's pretty cool. What's the EX version like? I'm sure it does more damage, but is there anything else on top of that? Nope, it just costs meters, so let's see what that's like. Oh, really cool. So flashy and more damage too. Baraka brings the damage, okay? Just earlier I learned this messing around. Oh, I can't believe it sucks him in like that. Oh my goodness, 26%. Not too shabby. Not worth the 1 bar, but not too shabby. Wait a minute, are they taking damage over time? They are! They're taking damage over time from this move. Does that mean they take more block damage too? 1 second, I gotta check. They're taking damage over time. It's hard to see, but they are. And Reptile is forced to block. Are you taking more damage? You are! Okay, so if you end the combo with this move, they take damage over time and their block damage goes up too. Oh my god, it's definitely worth the bar now. Yeah, I won't lie, this character is more crazy than I expected. I went in expecting the craziness, but the block damage is throwing me for a loop. Next up, we have Baraka Barrage. I love that name so much. Now, by default, this move just hits a lot of times and does some pretty decent damage, has great corner carry, ends in an overhead, leaves the opponent right in your face, and this move breaks armor. So it's really good. Now that being said, this special move is normally death on block, but just call in Cyrax and you're 100% safe. So not that big of a risk if Cyrax is on deck. Alright, but it's time for the meter burn version. Alright, here's where things get nutty. It launches the opponent even if they're already being juggled, and the damage can be really crazy. Oh my god, 40% for 1 bar of meter. Now, of course, Cyrax is a big reason why, but still, 1 bar, 40%, not too shabby. And then I think if you start off with this instead, you get even more damage, which is just stupid, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah, look at that. We're approaching 43%, and had I done the combo correctly, it definitely would have been around 43%. Next up, we have Death Spin. This move can only be done in the air, and NetherRealm tried really hard to make sure the follow-ups never miss. Look at that. Reptile is stuck to me like glue. However, do be warned, this move is terrible on block, so don't do it randomly. If the opponent blocks that last hit specifically, you are just screwed. Well, actually, if the opponent ever blocks this move, you're still screwed. What's the point of the EX version? We don't get damage over time, so I'm guessing we just get more damage, but let me double check the notes real quick. Yeah, just 1 bar, more damage, and that's pretty much it. You can hold it down to delay it. Oh, chop chop. This move is so much different in this game. It starts off with a power slide, which is so sick, and look at all the damage you get. And what I love the most about this move is even if the opponent's airborne, you still get the full animation. Let me try and set that up real quick. Power slide, yep, you barely catch him with the first hit and you get the entire animation, which is so sick. But then of course we have the EX version. Is this his armor move? It didn't say so in the move list, but then again, I don't think any of these are listed as his armor attack, which means unfortunately we gotta do this the old fashioned way, have Reptile just knock me down and then do something. All right, now I'm gonna try and armor this. Yep, that is the armor move. Thanks for not telling me, video game, but now I know this is in fact his armor move. And even though the game calls it chop chop, I'm gonna call it the power slide, because that's what it is, baby, a rock and roll power slide. And that's it for the special moves, baby, so now it's time for the attack strings. First up, we have Lobotomizer. We're starting off amazing, what a great name. Hits 3 times, what's the last hit like on block? It is completely safe at -3. Can I special cancel the first 2? Yes, I can. So this string is your go-to punish, especially if you have meter. Next up, we got Deep Cuts. I've seen this move. Hits low and then mid. Pretty cool stuff. What's it like on block, though? Completely safe at -7. There might be a gap there though, so be careful. The opponent maybe can armor or something. But even so, I bet this move starts combos. Yes, it does. So that's a low that is unreactable at 14 frames and can start combos. Sick. Next up, we have Euthanizer. These names are ridiculously dark. Ends in a mid. What's it like on block? It is 0. Completely neutral. Can I special cancel the second hit? Yes, I can. This string is actually your go-to whiff punish because the range is insane. And on top of that, look at the damage. My goodness, 77.5. That's why this string is used to extend a lot of combos, because the damage is way more than you think it would be. Oh my god, that pull-in is so funny. Almost 30% for that. Next up is Two-Step. This better be plus on block, I'll tell you what. Let's see. Two-Step, -2, not plus. What's the damage? Not too bad, 116, so good knockdown though. You can dash on their corpse and like guarantee an armor break or something. Not too bad. I could see ending combos with this and then guaranteeing the armor break, but overall not a super impressive string. Here's where it's at though, these two baby, Battle Cry and Warrior's Fury. I think Battle Cry is the launcher. Yeah, this first part breaks armor because it hits twice really quickly, and that's one reason why Baraka is so busted. Also, the second hit's a low, which catches tons of people off guard even to this day. And then for the cherry on top, is it safe on block if they don't duck? Yes, it is. They must duck this next hit, which against Baraka is scary because he could just special cancel and launch you that way. Or in other words, you're always guessing. What's the other one? Triangle. It's a mid. They can't duck that either. So if they want to duck this regular version, you can just do the mid. What's it like on block? -13, so a bit of a gamble. So instead of that, just call in Cyrax instead after the meter burn. So do this to commit, then just call in Cyrax and be 100% safe. That is way better than risking the biscuit with this follow-up, I can tell you that. My goodness, this character is nuts. Heal drop? What's heal drop? Oh, that's the overhead. This thing's nuts because it's actually safe on block. It is a mix-up. It's 29 frames, so you could react to it. It's actually slower than Sub-Zero's overhead, but still leads to a full combo, and trust me, it catches people all the time. And that's because Baraka jumps so high, he avoids plenty of attacks like down 1s, down 3s, and even certain wake-ups. He just hops right over and launches you anyway. Or in other words, at the end of a long combo, just go for this move and see what happens. Like, just go for it. Why not? It's gonna work all the time. Do this, dash for it, go for it. It works so often. Oh gosh, then we have Slaughterhouse. So it's 6 buttons, and the last hit is special cancelable, but not if you mash. So to make it a bit easier, just count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can special cancel into stuff. Look at that. It does actually start combos and can end combos too, so just keep that in mind. And then finally, we have Shove Off. What is this string? Oh, it's a callback to MK11. Nothing too crazy. Can I special cancel it? No, I cannot. What's the second hit like on block? It's -6. So Baraka has a lot of strings you're not going to see very often. Not because they're bad, but just because his good strings are ridiculously good. In fact, speaking of strings, it's time for the air strings, and Baraka does not have too many. Each of them does serve a purpose though. I did them a bit earlier. 1, 2, 1 cannot be special canceled, but does ground bounce the opponent. And then you have 2, 4, which normally you can't combo after, but it can be special canceled, which means with Cyrax you actually can follow it up. Check this out. Oh, and look at all that chunky damage. 33%, and I started off with the EX. So yeah, normally you can't combo after 2-4, it does not work. However, with the correct cameos, it totally does, and it's always special cancelable for some odd reason. And then finally we have 1-4. I almost forgot about 1-4, so it must not be anything too crazy. Okay, that's your like baby combo extender. If you don't have a cameo, special cancel that and get some decent damage, 25% almost. But now finally it's time for the fatal blow, everyone's favorite part of this video. I think before the full release this used to hit low, but now it just hits mid, and the range on that's actually quite surprising. And it starts up pretty quick too. My goodness, that's a good fatal blow. How far does it go? Really far. Oh my goodness, I'm shocked. This thing goes far, and I think it's because the sparks themselves actually hit the opponent, which is just nutty. Yeah, that's a good fatal blow. I bet that works in a lot of really cool situations, like maybe right here. If it works here, that's goated. It probably won't though. It does, goated. Yeah, this fatal blow is everything you want. It's so fast that it combos after long combos too, which is what you want for a fatal blow. Barely 40%, definitely not worth it, but you get the idea. Alright, so it turns out Baraka is way more god tier than I expected. I knew his combo damage was insane, and I knew he broke armor and could be safe at the end of everything with Cyrax, but I did not know about the crazy block damage and the damage over time that can easily be added at the end of every combo. That is ridiculous. Just in case some of you skip to the very end of the video to find out my opinion, Baraka can end any of his combos with this thing right here, this EX move, and now they're taking damage over time, and also the block damage grows up like crazy too. Call in Cyrax, look at all that chip damage. They're almost half dead. That was one combo into block damage, and it was a baby combo too. Don't forget, Baraka can easily get 40% damage and even 50% damage in the hands of a skilled player, so now imagine that, but ending with the damage over time and getting guaranteed block damage. The opponent's going to be 2/3 dead already, and as a result many are calling this character overpowered. But here's the thing, alright, we gotta be fair. If they nerf Baraka, they better nerf all the other top 5 characters too. Just to be fair, okay? You gotta be consistent, otherwise you're just bullying Baraka, and like I mentioned earlier, he's been bad in almost every game, so give him a break, let him have his time in the sun. And also, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think Baraka is too overpowered and should be nerfed, or do you think he deserves it and it's about time he was top tier? Grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. And while you're down there, keep that combo going by liking and subscribing, that way you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.